Brand new episode of Crafting with Kathy starts right now. What I'm going to show you guys today is how I made these place tiles, I guess, instead of place cards for my best friend's bridal shower that I'm hosting. So stay tuned for all the step-by-step details. So the first thing I did, of course, was buy the tile. I got this at Home Depot. It comes the entire square foot. I already took part of it out. But basically they come stuck to this net because that's how they would put it on the floor so that they could fit the grout in between the little lines. But I'm not going to use it for that, so what I did first was take the tiles off of the net. They're just stuck to it, but you can rip it pretty easily if I were using more than one hand. Here we go. So this is what the tiles look like in the back, which we're going to show you how to fix that. After the tiles are taken off, these are the names that are going to go on each tile. I also have names that are going to go on some cups, which I'll show you guys later, but these are just cut. I haven't weeded them out yet, so I'll show you the weeding in a second. If you guys haven't seen me weeding before, the process is pretty straightforward. Wherever you see a letter that has an inside part to each side of it, like right here, this Laura, I use a dental tool. It's one of the recommended by basically like Cricut Facebook groups. The tool is the thinnest one that you can use, and it picks up on stuff fairly easy. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that for all the names. So now, as you can see, I've weeded out all the insides of each letter, and including the spaces between the T and H's. Anything that doesn't go in the final product basically has to be weeded out. So now that this is done, the next step would be to take it out of the vinyl that's around it so that only the backing is left so that we can transfer it to the final product. Now the next step is the funnest basically. So I'm going to take a piece of contact paper as transfer tape. Basically means a sticky medium to transfer the vinyl from its backing to the final product, which is the tile. So I already cleaned the tile with alcohol to make sure that there's no dust on it. And now I'm going to grab one of the names. I'm going to grab Elizabeth, and I'm going to put it on the contact tape so that it starts sticking. Mind you, it's not very sticky. So you can use a squeegee or anything hard. Like I'm going to use these pairs of scissors to try to get it to stick a little more or a little bit more easily, because once you start ripping it, you'll see that you have to do some work with your nails maybe, or with the tools to get the letters to stay on the transfer tape and get off the backing. Here we go. It's a slow, tedious process, but once you get the first few, usually it makes a little easier. And then usually there's if there's an I, the dots are very hard to come off sometimes. But here we go. H T E B A Z. Oh look, the little dot on the I came off by itself. When that happens, it's a good time. And it very rarely happens. Here, E and L. As you see, I flipped the L a little bit. There's no biggie with that. You just grab your tool and unstick it from that, and you're good. So now that you have the entire name on the contact paper, don't worry about this dust. It comes off. You can grab your tile and then put the vinyl on top of it, and then kind of eyeball it, or you know, if you want to measure it out and be more technical and scientific about it, by all means. When you place it, and then you rub the entire thing really hard to make sure that it sticks to whatever surface you're doing. You can do it with a squeegee again, or any other device or tool that you think will help you do this. And then once you're done, transfer tape off, and it's done. And now I'll show you the part about the back. So on my Cricut, I designed a using the tile. I found a file online that had the same pattern. So using the tile, I created a file on my Cricut design space, which then I laid out as a tile pattern here on this felt. And I bought this sticky felt from Joann, and I already got it cut by the Cricut, so it's in the exact shape and size of the object. And since the tiles have this ugly backing, I'm going to put this felt backing on it so that one, it's prettier, and two, they don't scratch anything, and people can take this home and do whatever they want, and they can put it on any surface. So this shouldn't scratch the plates or anything where it's going to be placed. And that's it. This is how you do these tiles. Completely very pretty, looking professional, all for my Moroccan bridal shower. Yay!